I surrender. Good morning and welcome to another one. I'm not out alone, I'm out with Mr. Darren White on our LVA group. He's come out to meet us. We are in a new location today. I have never been here before up until last night. I'm at Stanage Edge and it is amazing. Absolutely love the place. Came up here last night, it was really grey and overcast, and as you can see at the moment it's really grey and overcast, but it's a different grey. This is a misty, murky, damp grey, whereas last night was just big thick clouds. Now both me and Darren got here when it was sort of going darker, and we had a bit of a walk up here just to have a bit of a scouting mission. We'd never been up here before, and yeah, we just wanted to have a bit of a walk and have a look, and both of us were blown away. This thing goes on probably at least 2 miles that way and probably a mile that way at least. It just goes on and on and on and on. What an absolutely amazing little place this is. And while I'm talking, I'm showing you pictures as I'm going along. Stuff I took last night. They were handheld snapshots. All I brought was one camera up here because I've still got a bit of a bag leg from the Lake District, so I took it nice and light. Brought one camera, one lens, and just took a few handheld shots. And yeah, this morning it's a different scenario. Like I said, we picked these pictures last night, so we've got some ideas of where to go, but at the moment everything looks exactly the same. We've got rocks and we've got grey, or we can go a bit further over and we've got a few more rocks and some more grey, and behind us we've got some lovely rocks and some lovely grey. So it's all the same at the moment. There's nothing really to look at. Over in that distance, over that direction, we've got the brickworks at Castleton, which means we're not far from Mamtur, which is round that direction. And you've also got Bamford Edge, which is over the other side, just over there. You can see the back of Bamford Edge, and there is a car down. We're waiting for someone to turn up, waiting for Mr. Andrew Brown to turn up. He actually went to Mamtur this morning instead of coming here. Now there's a car just turning around and going back the other direction, so I'm going to message him in a moment and see if I can find out where he is. So I might have to speak to you in a sec and get this phone out of my pocket and find out if it's him or not. So I'll be back in a sec. He's in the car park behind. I just phoned him. Good old Facebook for phone calls, eh? He's made it down. He's parked next to the van, so we've just been waving our hands from the top of the hill, and he's managed to spot where we are, so he's going to make his way up. So yeah, it's just lifting slightly now. We've now got some nice grey rocks, we've got some nice grey, and we've got some like not quite grey, nearly green stuff. I'm just going to shoot some pictures this morning. You've seen the ones I took last night, so it's a really cool place, really atmospheric, and I think this conditions, even though they're not perfect because everything's grey, I still think they look quite mysterious because you've got rocks leading into sort of the abyss, into the mist and stuff like that. I've just got to keep everything covered up. This is me cover for you, because that drizzly sort of thick, foggy sort of stuff, it just gets on everything. You can see the bags on top of my camera here as well, just to try and keep the moisture down a little bit. I know it'll take a bit of water, but we're just keeping the moisture off of it. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get a few photographs taken, and let's talk about them instead of me just rambling on, eh? Probably a bit fuzzy on the old lens because the lens is getting a bit of condensation and stuff on it, but I've just climbed down onto this little ridge, and here he is. Here's our elusive Mamtur man. Fancy being in the wrong place. Good, Andrew's with us now, so we can carry on the rest of the morning. But atmosphere is changing a little bit. I've just come down onto this ridge, as you can see here, this nice big plinth that I'm sitting on, and look at all these rocks in front of us. Look at that. These conditions really do look good on this sort of thing. And I just heard the bleep. We've got another Fuji going on, because you can recognise that beep. Mr. Fuji, you got converted, didn't you? Yes. Yeah, another one I converted. Yeah, shooting that direction. I've got the camera covered up, so I'm not going to talk for it like it's just getting all this drizzle stuff all over the lens. But just a moment ago, it was just slightly clearer, and there was just a little bit of mist and that haze just hanging around in that area there, and it looked quite good. So I've taken two shots, one slightly wider and one a little bit closer in, with this big plinth sticking out there, this big crag in the middle of the image. It just looks quite good, but they're all basic at the moment. I'm going to go and look and try and explore and try and find something with a bit of better, with a better bit of foreground in it. We found some stuff, excuse me, we found some stuff last night that looked pretty good, some little water pools and some puddles and that, so I'm going to go back up there, get my bag on and have a gentle walk along and see if we can find something a bit more interesting. But I want to get, if I can, the side of the ridge, like I showed you earlier on what I got from down there. But obviously with being up here, I'm just looking for bits that stick out far enough so you can look round it. So maybe from the top of that one there that we can see, you might be able to look down the edge, because I want to get the sheer drop sort of thing on the side. So right, let's go that way, see what we can do with that. Camera set up again. We are in one of the locations we found last night, and this is the rock, and you've probably already seen the photograph, but I will put the two of them up together, last night's and this morning's. Last night's was handheld. I just like this boulder. I like the fact of using that as your foreground, and then you've got this big sheer drop showing, showing the extreme or the extremities of, this ridge. So this really looked quite nice, and it's a vertical shot, so I tipped it onto vertical. So this is in the bottom of the image, and that's in the top of the image, and it's going out to grey in the background. I think I'm on f8, just to give me a little bit of depth. I will switch it on to have a look. It's very difficult to show you the camera in these conditions. Now I can't get my camera on. There we go, switch it on. We are on f8, yeah, I thought I was. Been shooting in f11 for a while, but we're going for f8 to have a just slightly shallower depth of field. And again, I don't mind if it loses focus as it goes back. We're shooting one shot today. Just having a bit of a laugh with Darren, saying that everything's 18% grey. The histogram's amazing. So it's one shot day today. We're going to just take one shot. We don't need to bracket. I don't think there's enough in it to bracket. And yeah, all in all, these are going to be quite nice and atmospheric, I think. You can see now there's more people up and around over that way, and you can just start to see the distance a bit more. But then we are walking that way. But it's feeling damp in the air. It does feel damp, and you can feel it on your face, and my hands are getting really cold. So Darren just said, did you bring your gloves? Yeah, they're in the van. But I've got a spare pair. I'm going to get a pair out of my bag now. So camera, rocks, more rocks. Let's go and find some more. So it's not quite spitting as much now, so I've managed to leave the camera out, so I actually can talk to you a little bit about what we're actually doing on this shot. We just had a bit of a 5 minutes between us, the three of us. We've just been up having a bit of a selfie moment. But I like this composition. See this lovely diagonal rock? So I've set the diagonal rock leading you through the image from the left hand side, and it's leading you up to these other big cluster boulders, and by having people, it just shows how big these things are. And then over in the distance, it's just changing now, it's because I'm a bit murky, but we had some lovely rolling clouds and some quite weird atmospheric light going on in the background over there. So I think that image would work out quite nicely. I've upped it to f11 to give me a little bit more depth in the image, and I focused just on this rock, somewhere around in the middle of that rock, which should mean I've got most of that, if not all of that, should be pretty much focused all the way through. Camera's head height, normal sort of height. I've not got to sort of change a perspective, and Darren's just said he's over there. He said it looks quite good looking back this way, so that's the next thing. We're just going to work our way along. We're going to walk all the way along as far as we feel we need to, and then head back down. But it's quite nice, even though it's a very grey, there's no cloud, there's no sky. It definitely lends itself to this sort of photography. Very atmospheric and quite moody. Yeah, we're all taking pictures, so it can't be that bad. So we've got the camera set up. Morning. Morning. Camera set up again, tripod set up. Another shot that we found last night when we were walking along, having a bit of a scout along here, handheld shot, which you would have already seen. And again, I'll put the two of them up side by side. I found these three boulders that I quite like down here in the foreground. They're a bit hard for you to see them, but I've got three boulders. One on the end, one in the middle, small one, and then this one up in front. And the idea was to get the three boulders leading off into that abyss. And I'm going to take another shot now because the light's just changed again, and I've just got to wipe my lens quickly. There's a bit of mist right on the end there, and it looks dead good. So I'll just take that shot again now. And I will show you the one I took before and this one, because the mist is changing. It looks really good. So I'm going to just sort of talk and watch while I'm taking what I'm doing. I'm focused on the small rock in the middle. I'm at f11 now, so I should have plenty of depth in the image. I may try a little bit more, I may wind it up, but the mist is just coming over the top. You can probably see it behind you just there. The mist is just rolling over and just rolling off the edge on that little gap between the trees. And it looks really good. I may even have to zoom in and get a sort of slightly zoomed in one as well. I think I will. I think I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to just change my composition. I'm going to go with 2 rocks, zoom in a bit more, and it will just bring that foreground, the distance up, bring the distance in a little bit closer. It will just compress the image a bit, just to show that little bit of an eerie mist going on in the valley up there. It does look really good. It's just rolling across the top. So anyway, what I was shooting is these 3 rocks, because this is the composition we saw last night. So I'll put the one we took last night and the one we took now, and I'll also show you the difference between the 2 with this mist changing. And there's some colour going on in them trees. There's a little bit of colour down in that little mini woodland. Not a lot, but there definitely is a little bit of colour. Might just punch out the image just slightly. But that's another nice, simple, not simple, pleasant shot. Quite nice and soft. It's got a soft mood to it, I think. The way the mist is there, it's got a soft mood to it. One little thing I will point out, if you're not into shooting these sort of misty conditions, is that looks really nice from here. It looks really atmospheric and the mist is just rolling over the edge quite nicely. But the closer you get to want to take a picture of it, the more you're not going to be able to see it, because obviously fog and mist, as you're in it, it's clear where you are and it gets thicker as your work goes away. So if we move up onto the next sort of ridge closer, chances are it won't look quite as strong. Still going to go that way anyway, because that's the direction we're heading. Look, has just stopped me in breath, because it's almost like a gap and then mist below it. Maybe I should take another shot and then move forward. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that. The closer you get to it, the less you can see the mist. As per normal, I've got to do a selfie, and this is not the simplest of rocks to walk on. Just change the camera angle, I think, and just get another one from the other angle. What a fantastic little rock. The cheese wedge. I'm going to change the camera angle now and take one roughly from where you are, because I think it looks better sticking out that way. And you can just see Castleton in the background. We've almost struck a little bit of gold. Look at the glow going over there. The sun's trying to poke out behind us. So we're all now frantically moving the cameras around, trying to get into a position to capture that light. And I've got mine set up facing into that light. 2-second timer again. I've focused on this rock in the foreground, F11, and I just wanted to get some sort of directional, sort of something to the rocks as well as that light over there. But that is absolutely fantastic. We've got a clear patch of blue sky behind us. I'm hoping we're going to see some magic. I really am. We're potentially in a position to see something pretty cool, whether a fog bow, a rainbow, you know, like a Brocken Spectre type of thing. If the mist just come in a little bit thicker with a light shaft behind us, would actually break it. But yeah, we're in potential for something amazing to happen. It may not, it may just come across and just be that general beautiful glow, but possibly the right place at the right time. I'm going to take another shot again because that just really looks nice. You can't quite see it on the camera, on the video camera, but just over there it's absolutely stunning. It's just shining through. It's just making enough light to break through the fog behind us just to make that glow, and now it's just starting to peter off. There's the rainbow. You can just see now, just on the edge there, just starting to have a hint of colour just there. I knew something's going to happen. You can tell just by the conditions something's going to happen. It's not strong enough. Right, so I've got the camera set up again, and this time I'm using this little pool of water as some foreground. I'm just going to get the camera level because I've just nudged it when I got back down. I just nudged the camera slightly, so just get it nice and set. Rock pool down here on the left hand side. I'm focusing on that area because that's the most important area around there. I'm going to put the polarised one as well. I've just got to get my bag off my back to do that though. And then I've got this ridge line leading in and a little bit of mist still down in the bottom there. Right in the far distance, going into some sort of atmosphere in the far distance. But the best of the light is that way. So I'm going to spin the camera around and I'm going to set the camera up that side and put the rock pool in the foreground and get that light behind it with Castleton all over there. But definitely getting some nice conditions this morning. This is really, really nice and a bit unexpected. I wasn't expecting to see sort of light like this. And it really is nice. F11, straight down the middle of this shot. All the way down the ridge line. I'm going to love these. These are really right up my street, these sort of shots. Right, I'm going to get the polarizer out and put the same thing on, and I'm going to show you the image between the two differences. I'm going to show you the image with the polarizer on and the image without the polarizer on, and you'll see the difference. It will cut through the glare on that little rock pool and you'll see all the way to the bottom of it without any interference whatsoever. So we are set up for what I would probably generally say is the final image that I'm going to talk about anyway. If I take any more, I'll just add them to the end of the video. I think I've been talking long enough. I think I've shown you enough of this place. to get you inspired whether you want to come here or not. But I think it's well worth a visit. It's not that hard to get up to. It's only a couple of 100 yards maybe to walk up a slight slope. It's not that bad, and when you get up here you can walk for miles pretty much on the level, and it's a cracking view, cracking walk, and there's loads of people up here. I was quite surprised to see as many people as there are. If you're into your little classic selfies, there's a rock on every corner. But yeah, the mist is closing. You can see behind me now there is absolutely zero to look at. It is just grey, but it's a nice place. The climbers are coming out now. I can see some climbers down below me, so they'll be climbing up soon. It's starting to feel a bit drizzly as well. So I'm going to take a couple more images as I walk around and mooch and have a chat with these two. But this is the final image. I've got this little tiny patch of dying heather now, right down in the bottom right hand corner. It's just dying off. It's seen its best and it's just on its way. And I've got this funny ripply looking rock, and it's quite a funny shape to it. It's just got little ripples all the way over it. And again, the ridge line just leading off into the abyss, into absolute nothing. And if you look carefully on the image, you'll probably see a few walkers in the distance, unless I clone them out, but I'll probably leave them in. They're just in the faintness of the fog. So yeah, I'm going to crack this one off, get this shot done. Let's just make sure I'm focused. As you can see, I'm using a cloth lens cover. I've got the case filter kit on the front, and I've got a couple of lens caps that fit on it, but the magnetic one falls off, so I'm not keen on using it. So this is just really to keep the rain off of it. It's just a little cloth lens cap just to stop the rain from the drizzle getting onto the lens. So yeah, that's that final shot done. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it shows a little bit of where we are and what we're doing. And I'm going to check out now. I'll say thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. We do all sorts of things. I'm all over the place all the time. And yeah, till next time, just get out and take your camera out. That's all you can do. Be in it to win it. Look at the light we had this morning and you weren't expecting it. So you've got to be in it to win it. Get your camera, go for a walk. Ciao for now. See you soon. Thought I'd just switch you on just at the end of the last video, or just at the end of the video you've just been watching. I've just switched you back on again just to show you this little place. We've just come for a bit of a walk. I didn't bring my vlogging camera. I've got my little Osmo in my pocket, but I just thought I wanted to show you this, because look at this. What an absolutely wicked place, and the conditions I find are perfect for this shot. You've got this lovely rock, you've got the old millstones, which you can't see because the camera's trying to follow me. There's an old millstone over there, and the mist is just subduing the background. It looks really soft, really quite a nice, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a lovely soft image. It really is quite nice. There's another set of millstones at the top there where Darren is at the moment, so I'm definitely going up there. I'm going to shoot them, but I'm just going to add these last few videos, the last little bit of video and the last few pictures as well to this video, because I think it's well worth seeing. And I will come back and I'll do a video dedicated just on this area another time. So yeah, thanks for that. Definitely going now. Bye.